Let's move to the next one. What about, I like this trade. Brandon Aiyuk. You got a place for Brandon Aiyuk?
Yes, and we already made that trade with the Chargers, right? So we got extra draft capital. We're doing well. Trade number 11, which you got from the Vikings to the San Francisco 49ers for Brandon Aiyuk. The Chargers are in a bad way at receiver. I like Josh Palmer. He's not a number one. They obviously traded Keenan Allen, cut Mike Williams, basically told Justin Herbert, hey, good luck figuring it out. And that's not going to work in the NFL. They need to go get themselves a receiver. I think if the 49ers are really worried about how we're going to pay all these guys, how we're going to pay Brandon, he's not happy. He's unfollowed the 49ers off social media, whatever the heck that means. They're probably doing the math and saying, well, 11, get Brian Thomas or something, restock the shelves a lot cheaper. Whereas the Chargers get that instant impact guy right away that they need. They need a number one for Justin Herbert. And imagine these two guys growing together, Justin Herbert and Brandon Aiyuk. I think this would be awesome, right? Like, I know there's a fake trade, but all of a sudden I'm like, if you do move back, you got extra draft capital, you use that 11 to get Brandon Aiyuk, you would feel really good if you're the Chargers if you could actually pull this off, which you probably won't because the 49ers don't want to trade Brandon Aiyuk when they're Super Bowl favorites. But again, how are you going to pay all these guys?
I mean, in this concept, Minnesota move up to 5 for 11 and 23. That means the Chargers have 11 and 23. They then get Brandon Aiyuk at 11, and that leaves the 49ers the opportunity to go out and get whoever they want at that spot, the best player available. They still have a stacked roster. And then the Chargers will still have the 23rd overall pick in a very deep offensive line draft. We all know they need offensive linemen. I think the Vegas over-under on that was a 10 and a half on offensive linemen selected in the first round. It's expected to be a deep offensive line draft, right? So, this makes a ton of sense. If the Chargers do that, we're all going to be sitting here saying, oh my God, the brilliance of Harbaugh, because you're right. When you have Herbert, you immediately have to look at it and say, well, whatever wide receiver they come in is going to have much more success because of the quarterback they have. So that would be a staggeringly good trade.
Right?
No notes on that. Chef's kiss. Like that was the perfect trade by you. And that would be the perfect draft by the Chargers.